Are you rolling? Are you JK?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am JK.
So, Simo,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to hold up. This bike is really not very powerful on its high elevation
Yeah, I'm gonna
stuff.
set the scene.
It's a
We
beautiful
are
scene.
like 4,000 meters up, and it is getting very hard to ride your bike because it is carbureted.
Yeah, you're on a fuel-injected scooter.
It seems to be doing okay.
You know, yeah, you're doing okay. You know, I actually went to university in China,
Okay.
and I've been getting a lot of questions from people who've been thinking about, you know, maybe coming and studying in China, and they want to know what it's like to study in a Chinese university and if they should do it or not, you know,
Right.
that kind of thing.
Right.
So I thought we could talk a bit about it, because you taught at a university
Yeah, I
at
did.
some point, right?
Professor Tai.
Yeah,
Professor Milk.
Tai. Okay, yeah, Professor Milk. And there's a new law apparently, and of course it's one of those things I'll have to see it before I believe it, but apparently university students, for the first time ever, foreign students, are going to be allowed to do part-time work in China.
Okay.
And I have a very good explanation as to why, but we'll get into that a little later. But let's just say, well, let me pose the question to you.
Sure.
If someone was to come and study in a Chinese university, what subjects should they study? What subjects should they get a bachelor's in or whatever?
I wouldn't come to a Chinese university to study unless it was for like a year.
No, but if you were, like,
Okay,
what
if
subject?
I was. If I'm popping over to China, I'm gonna study there. Maybe
Yeah.
Tsinghua or Fudan or whatever. What would I study?
Yeah,
I'd study Chinese. I think that would be the most
that is
useful.
the only thing you should study. And if anyone is thinking of studying anything other than Chinese, they're a moron.
Okay, that's pretty
So
nice of you to say.
I was setting you up, but you chose right.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate your quiz.
Yeah.
I want
So
you to look at your bike. Sounds like it's gonna die.
It's so bad. So basically, you know, if you do study in China, think about it. If you went, you got your bachelor's degree in, I don't know, like science in China,
Right.
and then you went overseas and you tried to use that in your resume, they'd be like, "What? You got a science degree in
Yeah,
China?"
it doesn't really count.
No, it's like, is that fake? Did you buy it? You know, what's going on?
Right.
But a degree in Chinese, the best place to get it is China,
Obviously,
because
yeah.
you know that's where it comes from. And if I got a degree in Chinese in America, I wouldn't take it seriously.
No.
You know, but okay, so basically you want to study Chinese. Now I actually went and studied Chinese, and I did pretty well. I studied there, you know, for a number of months, like 6 months, actually more like a year. And the thing is, student life was actually pretty good.
Is it?
You know, like you start at about 8:30 in the morning, and then you finish at 12, and that's kind of just your university day.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you could take extra classes if you want and stuff.
Yeah,
But,
if you wanted an actual degree.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that was a degree course. I could have continued with it until.
Right. But I mean,
for
you'd
4
have
years.
to study like math and shit.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, the thing is, it's fairly pleasant, you know. In China, there's a weird situation where high school is incredibly stressful, and primary
Yeah.
school. You could talk about that, because you did the
So
teaching.
yeah, so in my experience, I one of my best jobs was to teach at a university. I taught journalism in Inner Mongolia, and then computer science as well, and then computer science in Huizhou down in Guangdong. And that was actually my major. The journalism thing was one of those, might as well say it's a white monkey job, because like I don't know what the hell
There's
I'm
like
doing.
a real bike behind it,
Yeah,
a
there
real
is.
scooter.
Wow, look at him go. Anyway, it was very awesome, like very low hours.
Yeah.
And the students were hilarious, because the ones that make it to university have the most ridiculously lazy, easygoing life, because they have just slaved away. Like, kids are committing suicide over high school Gaokao exams and stuff. That's how hard it is. And then they go to university, and there's like a 99% pass rate. Because once you're in and you pay the tuition, you're kind of, it doesn't matter. Like, I used to have kids that just wouldn't even show up. I had this kid in Inner Mongolia.
Yeah.
The first class, he was smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer in the back of the classroom.
Wow.
And Inner Mongolia is a bit different, but at the same time, it was kind of like shocking. And then he stopped coming to class.
Wow.
And then
dedication. Imagine cycling up here. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
he tried. Yeah, Jesus.
Good job, man.
he tried to bribe me to not fail him with a carton of cigarettes at the end of the semester. And the thing is, I didn't have the power to fail him, right? Anyway, that's how easy it is and nice it is for university students.
I feel we did talk about this before in one of our episodes.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, we have. But it is like that, and even when I did my my Chinese language course, in the exams, they were kind of reading out the answers for us.
Right.
You know, because they don't want you to fail.
No, it makes it look bad.
You know, like, things like primary school is compulsory in China and it's free, right?
Right.
But then university, it's all about making money, and so if they lose a reputation, they lose clients. So, you know, they'll make sure that everyone passes. Anyway, let's get on to the this bike. Let's get on to this whole thing about you know, foreigners coming here. You will be able to work apparently,
right?
And I figured it out. You know, they've made it so difficult to get. Oh, that's beautiful!
Holy shit.
It's so beautiful.
Sorry.
I love this riding up here. Anyway, you just gotta watch out for the traffic.
Yeah.
They've made it so difficult to get visas now, like legitimate work visas for people seeking them. They've got that whole, you need an HSK, you know, this and that,
and the class-based system
ADVC,
for foreigners,
foreigner, whatever. And they've made it so difficult that legitimate English teachers that would have done a good job, the people that are enthusiastic and want to do it, are just not bothered anymore because they go to Japan or South Korea or Vietnam, Thailand instead.
Better work stability, like job stability, better living.
And they don't need to worry about these stringent, like ridiculous requirements for what is basically one of the easiest, you know, like jobs.
Right. Oh my God, they're looking down.
We are so high up.
Oh, sorry.
No wonder this poor bike's struggling.
This is crazy.
So anyway,
we're going in the clouds.
There's suddenly a massive shortage of English teachers as a result.
Right.
And the only people that are willing to work are illegals. So, you know, like people that don't even speak English from sort of the Baltic states and stuff are ending up teaching there.
Right.
So I think to combat this, they've now, as usual, China has to knee-jerk reaction and be like, we need to make a plan. I know what we can do.
Right.
How about we take advantage of the foreign students that are, you know, learning here? Let's get them to teach the, you know, in the kindergarten. So I think that's what's happening.
They can pay them lower salaries.
Yeah,
they're educated kids, so they're probably better qualified than your average slum.
And they could keep a close eye on them as well, you know.
Right. It's an interesting development. But
watch out,
like,
there's a cycle guy. Don't block him, dude.
Sorry.
Poor guy. Now I had to stop. He was on a roll.
Well, it's not my fault.
It's totally your fault. I got it on camera.
Shut up. There's cars in front of me.
Wow, like I'm breathing and it's misting up my helmet. How's your Bernie Sanders in this cold?
It's actually much better, right? We're actually riding into the clouds right now, guys.
Yeah, look at that.
We're in a cloud.
Gorgeous. Look at that mist going uphill.
Right.
It's normally the other way around.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, what the heck? What's going on?
Yeah, it's so gorgeous up here. So yeah, guys, university, if you want to study in China, go study Chinese. It's actually quite an experience, you know, it's fun. I made a lot of friends. You know, there's a big sort of fun barbecue and drinking culture that's attached to it with the students.
You can also study Chinese in Taiwan, though, and I would almost recommend that more because I think the accent's much better here. I like the Mandarin.
And again, they've always allowed students to work here. But in mainland China, I'm saying they're now allowing it.
Right.
Or apparently they're going to be allowing it. So it could be quite an attractive, you know, option.
You know what's weird? This is a funny thing.
Yeah.
I was in Taiwan. I was in Taipei with Vivi.
Yeah.
And we were at like some American chain restaurant. I think it was Chili's or something. And there were white, you know, student workers, like waitresses and stuff.
That's so weird.
And to imagine that in China, that can never happen in China.
No, they don't allow. You're not allowed to be a waiter.
Right. I just found that
fascinating. The only jobs you can take in China are highly skilled jobs, and that only a Chinese person can't do.
Right. That's why they offer you have to have a foreign expert certificate, so you have to be an expert in your field.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why you'll never see, like in Japan, you see Indian people and white people at the 7-Elevens and stuff.
Right.
Which is also bizarre for me because, you know, it's just so opposite to China. Wow, that's cool. Going on a quad.
Yeah, what is he doing with that though?
May as well have a car at that point.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. I mean, we're dragging this on.
Yeah, anyway, sorry guys.
Yeah, say something.
It's just kind of interesting to ride through here, so.
It's beautiful. I'm glad we're getting it on camera.
Yeah.
Although it's all misty and stuff.
It's cloudy. Yeah.
Oh man, this poor bike. Yeah. So, what do you want to say to our subscribers before we sign off?
Whether you are a university graduate, a current student, or someone who is working their ass off out in the real world.
Yeah.
unlike most Chinese college students. Sorry. I implore you to like, comment, subscribe if you liked the video. Tell us your experience in the comment section. What did you go to school? What was it like? Was it hard for you? What was harder, high school or university? And let us know.
Yep. And you know what, eh? Before we finish, I got to say one thing. When I was actually attending that university, I spotted a friend of mine, well, an acquaintance of mine, on the campus, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I teach here." And I was like,
super funny.
"What?" Because I know the guy, first of all, is like a school dropout, didn't even finish high school.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was there illegally on like a tourist visa or something, and I'm like, how on earth does he end up getting a job in the university? But I have a feeling
that's weird. Usually those are very strict.
You know why though? His wife had some kind of admin position in the university. So
that'll do it. That'll do it.
Anyway, the thing is, I have a feeling that if you do go study at a university, you won't have to go far to find a job, because they'll probably put you in as like an English teacher in that university or something.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
So anyway, whether you are someone who believes in higher education, or someone who studies STEM or the liberal arts, or what is that, like gender athletes,
underwater basket weaving.
Yeah, there we go. We love you all the same. So until next time, you know the drill. As always, unlike this bike at this very high altitude, which is going like 10 k's an hour, stay awesome. You probably weren't expecting to see me standing in a room after just seeing both myself and Seamilk riding through some of the most awesome mountain scenery in Taiwan. Well, here I am, because I have a couple of messages for you. Number one, I know there are a couple of you people out there who support both myself and Seamilk on Patreon, one or the other. I know there are a couple of you out there who only watch ADVChina, and the newcomers, thank you very much. We really appreciate you watching ADVChina. I know that there are some of you out there that prefer to watch SerpentZA, and some of you who prefer to watch Lao86, and some of you who help us out on Patreon, some of you who don't. But if you're all about ADVChina and ADVChina only, if you're one of those guys and you feel like you want to get a little bit of behind the scenes and early releases, things like that, you can click that join button that's down there next to the subscribe button on our channel. And by doing so, if you go to the community tab, every Monday you'll get some kind of behind the scenes information, a story, some pictures, things like that, from something related to ADVChina. And every Friday you'll actually get an early release for next Monday's video. So just letting you guys know that that is actually there, and it's been there for a while now. Some of you have already joined, but we've never really mentioned that it's there. So check it out if you are that kind of person who wants to get a little bit of extra content out of us. And of course, don't forget, every single Monday we have an ADVChina video, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, without fail, unless something catastrophic happens, of course. Nuclear war, you know, I don't know, power stops working, something like that. And then, of course, Wednesday we've got the Lao86 video up here, same time. And on Friday, just in time for a beer, as always, you can see one of my videos, SerpentZA, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Catch you guys next time.